very happy afternoon to all.
Happy afternoon, sir.
Sir, we are having 3 days for our wonderful Chellakutti called as tax. We have done with advanced accounting, we have done with the law. Sir, we are going to write a beautiful 2 subject called as direct tax and indirect tax. It is not one single subject, it is 2 subject, my dear lovable students. In that, revision plays a key role. The general advice to all of you, if you are not thorough with any one topic, and the particular topic அப்படியே ஓரமா வச்சிருங்க. ஏன்னா படிச்சது ரிவைஸ் பண்ணவே 3 நாள் பத்தாது. அவ்வளோ பெரிய சப்ஜெக்ட். ஆக்சுவலா இது 2 சப்ஜெக்ட் இது. படிக்கிறத தெளிவா படிங்க, ரொம்ப ஹாப்பியா படிங்க. இப்போ நான் ஏன் லைவ்ல வந்திருக்கேன்னா ரொம்ப சிம்பிள். I am not interested to teach you anything because teaching now is a foolishness. Right? I just want to here and there go through with the some revision topic or 30 minutes or 45 minutes minimum to 1 hour max. We will go through with the time of supply, place of supply and value of supply. Section 12 is time of supply of goods. Section 13 time of supply of services. உங்ககிட்ட புக் இருக்குன்னா அந்த புக் அப்படியே ஓபன் பண்ணி வச்சுங்க, அப்படியே ஒரு photographic memory மாதிரி அப்படியே என் கூட பார்த்துட்டு வாங்க. Right? Section 14 time of supply in case of Section 12 classified into 6 category: 12.1, 12.2, 12.3, 12.4, 12.5. 12.1 liability for payment of tax arises at 12.2 forward charge, 12.3 12.4 vouchers exchangeable for goods, 12.5 residual cases and 12.6 yes sir. Section 12 time of supply of goods. We are having 5 cases are there, Leah. Yes, sir. Forward charge, reverse charge, vouchers exchangeable for goods, residual cases and special charges. Right? Yes, sir. It's not hearing the class, it is studying together. Enkudeye padichite va. Forward charge section 12.2 enna charge? Forward charge. Sir, that is classified into 4 category. And a forward charge classified into 4 categories. Sir, number 1, supply involves movement of goods. Supply does not involve movement of goods. Continuous supply of goods, sale or return basis. Yes, sir. Sir, invoice in respect of goods. Invoice in respect of goods. Sir, goods is equal to 147. Yes, sir. 31 subsection 1, 31 subsection 4, 31 subsection 31 subsection 1 again classified into 31 subsection 1 clause A, 31 subsection 1 supply involves movement of goods, supply does not involve 31 subsection 4 continuous supply of goods and 31 subsection 7 sale or sir. We should know sir when we are supposed to raise the invoice, correct? Yes, sir. Nee goods supply பண்றியா? Yes, sir. Nee goods supply பண்றேனா time limit for issue of invoice in case of supply of what? Goods. Supply involves movement of goods. 31 subsection 1 என்ன? On or before the removal of goods. On or before the removal of goods. On or before that. Supply does not involve sale of goods. 31 subsection 1 clause B, delivery of goods. என்னது? Or goods made available to the delivery of goods or goods made available to the 31 subsection 4 enna supply of goods? On or before making the successive payment are received or successive statements are issued as the adilama whichever is earlier kadayadu. On or before making successive payment are received or successive statement are received issued as the 31 subsection 7 sale or return basis. Yes, sir. On or before the date of on or before the date of or etana masa from the date of removal whichever is earlier. Sir, on or before the date of or aremasa from the date which from the date of removal whichever is earlier. Right man. Time of supply under enna charge? Forward charge classified in how many category? 4 supply involves movement of goods, supply does not involve movement of goods, continuous supply of goods and sale or right? Yes, 12.1 applicability. Yes, the liability to pay tax on goods shall arise at end of supply as determined in accordance with the provisions of that means எப்ப நான் tax கட்டணும்ங்கறது தான் time of supply, என்ன வேல்யூல tax கட்டணும்ங்கறது தான் value of supply, என்ன tax கட்டணும்ங்கறது தான் place of supply. Right? Yes, sir. Okay man. Sir, 12.2 என்ன charge? 12.2 enna charge? Invoice classified into how many category? 2 category. Valid invoice. Valid invoice are the date of invoice or date of payment whichever is. Invalid invoice are the due date for raising the invoice under section 31 or date of payment whichever is. We should know what is date of payment. Yes, sir. Date of payment is the date on which amount is recorded in the books of accounts of the or date on which amount is credited in the bank account of the supplier, whichever is. Very important notification, correct? Yes, sir. Are you a supplier of goods, sir? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, unakku advance vandirukka? Yes, sir. Date of invoice or date of payment, whichever is earlier, apply. That means invoice எப்ப raise பண்றியோ அப்ப நீ என்ன கட்டனா போதும்? GST கட்டனா. The registered person who did not opt for என்ன levy under section 10 of the said act shall pay GST on outward supply of what? At the time of supply as specified in section 12 subsection 2 NA. That is date of N of invoice, including the situation attracting the provision of section 14 of the N Act, shall accordingly furnish the details and return as mentioned in chapter something of the said act, and rules made thereunder, and the period prescribed for the payment of tax by said class of registered person shall be such as specified in the act. That means if you are a N of goods, supplier of goods, if you are getting any advances, my dear lovable students, and advance the date of invoice or date of payment whichever is earlier, which GST கட்ட வேண்டிய எப்ப நீ invoice raise பண்றியோ அப்ப என்ன கட்டனா போதும்? In short, அப்படி சொல்லுங்க, in simple words, all taxpayers except யாரு are exempt from paying GST at the time of receipt of what? In relation to supply of goods, correct? This notification is not applicable to services. Entire GST shall be payable only when the invoice for supply of such goods is issued or ought to have been issued. Right? But this notification will not be applicable to composition dealer, because composition dealer வந்து advance base பண்ணி கிடையாது என்ன கட்டறது, tax கட்டறது, turnover base பண்ணி தான் tax கட்டுவார். Right? So what is 12.1? Time of supply arises at the liability for payment of tax arises at the what is 12.2? என்ன charge? What is 12.3? Time of supply under என்ன charge? Action ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? Ready 1 to 3 start. Date of receipt of goods or date of payment or 31st day from the supplier's invoice, whichever is right man, whichever is earlier, correct? What is the date of payment? Date on which the payment is recorded in the books of accounts of the recipient of the goods, or date on which the payment is debited from the bank account of the whichever is. What is 12.1? Time of liability for payment of tax arises at what is 12.2? What is 12.3? Reverse charge. What is 12.4? Vouchers exchangeable for goods. You have to check supply is identifiable, supply is identifiable. Now time of supply is the date of issue of voucher. Supply is not identifiable. Now time of supply is the date of what is 12.1? Liability for payment of tax arises at time of supply. What is 12.2? What is 12.3? What is 12.4? What is 12.4? Time of supply in case of residual cases where the periodical return has to be filed, no periodical return has to be filed, correct? Yes, sir. Where periodical return has to be filed, now time of supply is the due date for no periodical return has to be filed. Now time of supply is the date of payment of tax, right? Yes, sir. 12.6 is applicable to IPL. Yes, sir. ஏனா IPL ல 6 அடிக்குவாங்க, கரெக்ட்டா? Yes, sir. IPL interest penalty என்ன சார் late fee for எப்ப IPL நடக்குதோ அப்பதான் time of supply, கரெக்ட்டா? Yes, sir. So time of supply for IPL is equal to sir the date of receipt of the NPL. In other words, the receipt of payment of these NSR amounts are essential to attract levy of what is 12.1? Liability for payment of tax arises at what is 12.2? What is 12.3? What is 12.4? What is 12.5? What is 12.6? Sir, time of supply in case of n advances. இப்பதான் நோட்டிபிகேஷன் வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் ஸ்மால் அட்வான்ஸ் பிக் அட்வான்ஸ் ஒரு கான்செப்டே ஆல்ரெடி ஆக்ட்லயே என்ன அட்வான்ஸ் பத்தி வச்சிருக்காங்கன்னா ஸ்மால் அட்வான்ஸ் பத்தி வச்சிருக்காங்க, ரைட்டா? உனக்கு அட்வான்சஸ் அப் டு எவ்வளவு ரூபீஸ் 1000 ரூபீஸ் வர்றதா இருந்தா ஆக்ட் will be applicable. If the advance is more than 1000 இருந்தா notification will be applicable. Hello sir. Yes, sir. So when the supplier of taxable goods received an amount up to how much? 1000. In excess of the amount indicated in the NI invoice. Time of supply to the extent of such excess amount shall at the option of the said supplier be the date of issue of invoice in respect of such excess amount, right? Yes, இப்போ எனக்கு ஒரு 15,750 வர வேண்டியங்க யாராவது எனக்கு 16,000 ரூபீஸ் தந்தாங்கன்னா there is an advance of 250 which is within what 1000. இந்த 250 க்கு நான் இப்போ GST கட்ட வேண்டிய எப்ப நான் இன்வாய்ஸ் ரைஸ் பண்றனோ அப்ப என்ன கட்டனா போதும் Are you all really with me? Yes, sir. Time of supply classified into 3 category. Yes, section 12, section 13, section 14. Section 12, time of supply of goods. 12 classified into how many category? 6 category. 12 1, 12 2, 12 3, 12 4, 12 5, 12 6. 12 1, liability for payment of tax arise at time of supply. 12 2, 12 3, reverse charge. 12 4, vouchers exchanged for goods. 12 5, 12 6. Right, man. Sir, I'm coming to 13, man. With this, we can say that 12 comes to an end. Appreciate Pandriyani. Sir, section 30. Sir, my purpose is not to teach you entire 12. Hello, sir. Yes, sir. If I am teaching you, if you want to learn section 12, sir, ANM Virtuals is there. There we are, sir, selling around 120 to 140 hours of recorded lectures. There you study. There I would have said that section 12. Sir, time of supply classified into 3 category. Now, that is not the time, my dear lovable students. I just want to help you by giving you a momentum in the 3 topics. Are you all really with me? Yes, sir. That to my full time, what I am planning is 45 minutes to 1 hour. If you are struggling to revise or recall, just listen to this 45 minutes, then you will get a good flow. Then you sit and finish it off this. And once you are stopping this with just the provision book, you will get a good extension of 4 months, my dear lovable students. Go back to the workbook. Solve all the questions of the workbook. Important, very important for examination. Sir, section 13, classified to same 6 category. 13 1, 13 2, 13 3, 13 4, 13 5, 13 6. 13 1, liability for payment of tax arises at 13 2, 13 3, 13 4, 13 5, 13 6. Sir, time of supply, forward charge, reverse charge, vouchers exchangeable for services, residual cases and special charges. Right? Yes, sir. These are the time limit for raising invoices. Angana 147 Nyabarka. Yes, sir. 31 subsection 1 class 1, 31 subsection 4, 31 subsection 7, 31 subsection 1 class A, 31 subsection 1 class B. Right, man. Inga 31 read with N7. Rule 47, 31 subsection 5 and 31 subsection 6. Sir, what is 31 read with rule 47? Time limit for issue of invoice for services of. Yes, 31 subsection 5, continuous supply of. 31 subsection 6, cessation of supply of. Right? Yes, sir, when you are supposed to raise the invoice, if you are supplier of services, shall I come to the summary? Yes, time limit for issue of invoice in case of supplier of services. Normal case, 31 subsection 2 read with rule number N7. 30 days from the date of provision of service. Enna provide panni? Service provide panni ethanal. 30 days la edha raise பண்ணிடு. NBFI கரெக்ட்டா? NBFI NB fit கிடையாது. NFI NBFI non banking financial institutions are 31 subsection 2 read with rule number 47 instead of எத்தனை days? 45 days from the date of provision of. அப்ப service provide பண்ணி நார்மலா 30 days ஆனா NBFI ஆர்ல. Next one, NB fit correcta? Yes, T stands for telecom. Telecom adula setuko 31 subsection 2 read with what? NB fit intra supplier. Yes, within the organization before or at the time of recording of the end of accounts or end of the quarter. Correcta? Yes, continuous supply of services. Enna supply of services? Is the due date for payment is ascertainable? Then on or before the due date for payment. Sir, is the due date for payment is not ascertainable? Yes, on or before the supplier receives the what? Payment is linked to completion of event. Yes, on or before the date of completion of. Comfortable? Yes, in case of cessation of supply, supply பாதியிலிருந்தே நின்னு போயிச்சுனா, ஹலோ சார், எப்ப சப்ளை நின்னு போயிச்சோ அப்பவே நீ எதை ரைஸ் பண்ணனும்னா இன்வாய்ஸ் ரைஸ் பண்ணனும். அப்ரிஷியேட் பண்ற நீ. What is 13(1) time of supply of services applicability? The liability to pay tax on goods or services are services, and a 13 services shall arise at the time of as determined in accordance with the provisions of this section. 13(2) enna charge? Enna charge? Sir, invoice classified in how many category? Valid invoice. Valid invoice are the date of invoice or date of payment, whichever is. Invalid invoice are the date of provision of service or date of payment, whichever is. Right? Is there in definition for date of payment? Date on which the amount is recorded in the books of accounts of the supplier, or date on which amount is credited in the bank account of the supplier, whichever is. Comfortable? Here the notification applicable, not applicable? Not applicable because notification is applicable only to the, and notification is not applicable to the. நீ இத வந்து நோட் பண்ணிட்டே இல்லையா? What is 13(1) liability for payment of tax arises at. What is 13(2) What is 13(3) Sir, reverse charge la 3 action ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? Date of receipt of services வராது. Date of receipt of services வராது. Date of receipt of services. The date of payment or 61 day from the supplier's invoice, whichever is. Date of payment க்கு definition இருக்கா? Date on which the amount is recorded in the books of accounts of the recipient or date on which the amount is credited in the bank account of the recipient, whichever is. Are you really with me? Yes sir. Sir, come on with regard to the 13 subsection 4. What is 13.1? Liability for payment of tax arises at. What is 13.2? What is 13.3? What is 13.4? You have to check whether the supply is identifiable or supply is. If supply is identifiable, date of time of supply is equal to. Supply is not identifiable, time of supply is equal to date of. We not reckoning. 13.5 என்ன cases? If you are not able to find out the time of supply by applying 13.1, 13.2, 13.3, 13.4, you have to apply 13.5. Yeah. Where a periodical return has to be filed, other cases are. Where a periodical return has to be filed, now date on which the return is required to be. Other cases, now date on which NI is paid. Sir, 13 subsection 6 IPL. With regard to IPL, date of receipt of IPL, date of receipt of IPL is the time of supply. What is section 12? Time of supply of. What is section 13? Time of supply of. Right? We are done with section 12 and we are done with section 13. Comfortable. I am moving into sir section 14. Time of supply in case of. Sir, we are having Simbua. We are having Simbua. Yes sir. Simbu is before and Simbu is after. Simbu is before. Date of invoice is before. Date of payment is what? After. Majority is before. So date of invoice is the time of supply. Date of invoice is epo. Date of payment is epo. Majority falls in date of payment. So date of payment is the date of invoice is after. Date of payment is after. Correct? Date of invoice or date of payment, whichever is. Sir, this is Simbu is after. Yes sir. Date of invoice epo. Majority falls. So date of invoice. Right? Simbu is after. Date of invoice is before. Date of payment is after. So date of right man. Are you really with me? Sir, here date of sir, supply is after. Date of invoice is before. Is there any majority? No sir. Sir, date of payment is before. So whichever is. Date of invoice or date of payment, whichever is. With this we can say that we are done with the time of supply. Section 12, section 13, section 14 comes to that. What is section 12? What is section 13? What is section 14? I am coming to place of supply. Varaya? Place of supply classified in how many category? Goods and services. Goods classified in how many category? Section 10, section 11. Correct? Section 10 domestic transaction. Section 11. Section 12 domestic services. Section 13. Section 10 classified in 2 category. 10 subsection 1, 10 subsection 2. 10 subsection 1 again classified in 6 category. 10 subsection 1 class A, 10 subsection 1 class B, 10 subsection 1 class C. Which course you are studying? 10 subsection 1 class CA, 10 subsection 1 class D and 10 subsection 1 class E. Right? Yes sir. It's an amendment already discussed in the class. Hello sir. Yes sir. Supply involves 10 subsection 1 class A. Supply involves n of goods, movement of goods. Sir, the place of supply is the place where the movement terminates. Yes sir. Sir, 10 subsection 1 NB class B, bill to ship transaction, principal place of the 10 subsection 1 class C. Supply does not involve n of goods. Location of goods is the place of supply. Yes sir. 10 subsection 1 class CA, purchase over the counter, purchase over the counter, purchase over the counter. Address of the n person. Address of the n person. Address of the n person. This is an amendment. From here you will be getting question. Hello sir. Yes sir. 10 subsection 1 class D, assembling or installation of goods. N of assembling. 10 subsection 1 class C, goods supplied on board a conveyance where the goods has been loaded to the what? If you are not able to find out the place of supply by applying the provisions of 10 subsection 1, please apply the provisions of 10 subsection 2. Place of supply of goods not ascertainable as may be. Right? Yes sir. 10 subsection 1 class A, supply involves where the supply involves n of goods, whether by the supplier or by the recipient or by any other location at the time which the movement of goods terminate for n of goods, delivery of goods. So place of supply is the movement what? Is the n of supply. 10 subsection 1 class B, supply involves NSR, movement of goods, n to ship transaction. Bill to ship transaction எத்தனை பார்ட்டி இருப்பாங்க? Actual supplier, third person, actual recipient. ஞாபகம் வருதா? Where the goods are delivered by the யாரு? சுவை யாருக்கு? Or any other person on direction of என்ன person? Whether acting as an agent or otherwise before or during the movement of goods, either way of transfer or document of title to the goods or otherwise, it shall be deemed that said என்ன person as dash the goods. And place of supply of such goods shall be the principal place of business of any person. These transactions are also called as any ship to ship transaction. So place of supply is the principal place of any person. Sir, supply, there are two supplies are there. Supply between actual supplier and the, that is covered under section 10 subsection 1 NB. Supply between any person and any recipient. This is covered under section 10 subsection 1 NA. Or a sad board 10 subsection 1 clause CA new NSR slot has been added. Yes sir. What is the place of supply, sir? For the purpose of this clause, recording of the name of the state of the said person in the invoice shall be deemed to be recording of the address of the inner person. And the invoice போடும்போது அந்த இன்வாய்ஸ்ல அன்ரெஜிஸ்டர்ட் பர்சனோட ஸ்டேட்டை வந்து என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க, ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணுவீங்க. அதுதான் ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். கரெக்ட்டா? Above provision has been summarized as follows. Place of supply in case of OTC. OTC na over the counter sales to a person. Where the address of the unregistered person is recorded in the invoice. Yes, sir. And the invoice la unregistered person address irka. Yes, place of supply is the location as per the address of the inner person. Recorded in there. And the invoice la Kerala sonna place of supply Kerala, Tamil Nadu sonna place of supply. Where the address of the unregistered person is not recorded in the invoice. Place of supply is there. Where a vadi? Are you really with me? Yes, sir. Shall I move into the 10 subsection 1 clause C? Yes, sir. Supply does not involve. Where the supply does not involve end of goods, whether by the dash or dash, location of such goods at the time of delivery to the recipient. Yes, sir. 10 subsection 1 ND. Sir, assembling or installation of goods. Yes, sir. Where the goods are assembled or installed at what site, then place of such assembly or installation is there. Place of supply 10 subsection 1 NIE. Where the goods are supplied on board, including vessel, aircraft, train or any vehicle. Location at which the goods are taken on. If you are not able to find out the place of supply by applying the provisions of 10 subsection 1, please apply the provisions of 10 subsection 2. Comfortable? Yes sir. Yes sir. Shall I NSR recall quickly? Yes sir. 10 subsection 1 clause says supply involves location of the goods at which the movement of the goods terminate for delivery to the 10 subsection 1 clause B bill to ship. That means principal place of the inner person. 10 subsection 1 clause C, that is supply does not involve movement of goods, location of such goods at the time of delivery. Yes, 10 subsection 1 clause CA over the what? Okay. You have to check on the invoice la unregistered person or state irka. Location as per the address of the unregistered person recorded in there. Invoice. Where the goods are assembled or installed. Not place where the goods are assembled or installed. Where goods are supplied on board. The place where such goods are taken on board the conveyance. Correct? Yes, sir. If you are not able to find out the place of supply by provisions of 10 subsection 1, you have to find out the place of supply by 10 subsection 2. Right? Yes, sir. We are done with section 10. Sir, place of supply of domestic goods comes to an. Sir, I am coming to the NSR section NSR 12. Shall we? Yes, sir. Domestic services 10, 11. Sir, goods or domestic mudichacha? Yes, sir. 12, 1, 12, 2, 12, 3, 12, 4, 12, 5, 12, 6, 12, 7, 12, 8, 12, 9, 12, 10, 12, 11, 12, 12, 12, 13, 12, 14. Correct? Yes, sir. 12, 1, 12, 2, 12, 3. Services relating to immobile property, boat or vessel. 12, 4, 12, 5, 12, 6, 12, 7, 12, 8, 12, 9, 12, 10. Service supplied on board a conveyance. 12, 12, 12, 11, 12, 12, 12, 13, 12, 14. Right? In our class, we have classified section 12 into 5 category. Yes, applicability 12, 1, 12, 2. Yes, sir. Service relating to immobile property, boat or எத்தனை விஷயங்கள் 12 subsection performance based services 12 4 12 5 12 6 12 7 right? Transportation 12 8 12 9 12 10 right? Other services 12 11 12 12 12 13 12 14 varaya? I am starting, my dear lovable students. If both the service provider and service recipient are situated in India, provisions of section 12 will be applicable. Yes sir. Yes sir. I am coming to sir general provision. General provision. Have you made the service to a registered person or registered person? Location of, that is a thumb rule. Yes, made to an unregistered person where the address on record exists or address does not exist. Address exists now, location of the address does not exist now, location of the right? Yes, 12.3 service relating to immovable property, boat or vessel. Yes, sir. Service classified 4 category. Yes, sir. Direct services, services by lodging or accommodation for organizing any function, any ancillary. Yes, sir. Location where the immovable property is situated or intended to be. Yes, right. Yes, sir. Whereas if both the service provider and service recipient are situated in India, the immovable property is located or intended to be located outside India. Place of supply is not the location of the immovable property. Place of supply is the location of the. Appreciate Pandriya Leah. Yes, sir. Are you all really with me? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm moving to the performance based services. 12.4 4 services. Yes, sir. 12.5 training and performance appraisal services. Yes, sir. 12.6 events. Yes, sir. 12.7 organization of events. Yes, sir. 12.4 4 services. Restaurant and catering services. Personal grooming and fitness. Beauty treatment services. Healthcare services including cosmetic and place of supply is the place where the service has been actually. Yes, sir. 12.5 training and performance appraisal services. Classified in how many category? Registered person, unregistered person. Registered person, location of such person. Unregistered person, location where the service are. Sir, 12.6 are CAs. Please see the events. Correct? Yes, sir. Right, sir. Cultural, artistic, sporting, scientific, education, entertainment, amusement park or any other place and service ancillary there too. So place where the event is actually held or where the park or such other place is located, because this is performance based services. Yes, sir. 12.7 end of the event. Are you organizing the 6 events? Yes, sir. Service ancillary to the organizing the 6 events. Yes, sir. Assignment of sponsorship. Yes, sir. A service provided by of 3 services, organization of 6 events, ancillary services to 6 events, assignment of sponsorship to. So if these 3 services provide to a registered person, location of. To an unregistered person, you have to check whether the event is held in India or event is held. Event is held in India, a place where the event is actually held. Event is held outside India, a location of that. Right? Yes, sir. What is 12.1? What is 12.2? What is 12.3? What is 12.4? What is 12.5? What is 12.6? What is 12.7? What is 12.8? Transportation of goods. What is 12.9? What is 12.10? 12.8 transportation of goods including mail and courier. Yes, sir. Registered person, unregistered person. Registered person, location of. Unregistered person, location at which such goods are handed over for there. Right? Yes, sir. So when goods are being transported, that is where the destination of goods transported is and supplier of service way of transportation of goods and the recipient are located. Place of supply will be determined as per the above provision only. Correct? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm coming, man. What is 12 number 9? Sir, 12.9 transportation of normal transportation of passengers, right to passage to journey. Hello, sir. Yes, sir. Normal transportation of passenger, registered person, location of unregistered person, place where the passenger embark on the continuance for. Right to passage is equal to general rule. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, to a registered person, location of. To a person other than registered person, address available, address not available. Yes, sir. Address available, location of the recipient, address not available, location of the. Right? Yes, sir. What is 12.10, sir? Service supplied on board. Service, any service has been supplied on vessel, aircraft, train or what? Location of the first schedule point of the departure of that conveyance for the journey. Yes, sir. Shall we move to the other services? Yes, sir. 12.11 telecommunication services, 12.12 financial and 12.13 insurance service and 12.14 12.11 sir telecommunication services. Yes, service by of telecommunication line where the fixed telecommunication line is enga kambi katti irukangalo anga da place of supply. Correct? Yes, service of mobile connection location of the billing address engekki mobile oda enna sir video oda bill varudho adha enna sir place of supply. Right? Yes, service by of mobile connection on enna basis prepaid base through an agent address of the or any person to any subscriber, location where the prepayment is received or vouchers are through internet bank or in a mode, location of the recipient of service on the record of the right. Any other case which is general rule basically. Correct? Address available, address not available, address available, location of the address not available now. Shall I move to the 12.12 financial and stock broking services? Yes, 12.12 financial and broking services. Account based, non-account based. Correct? Yes, account based, location of the recipient on the record of the sir, location of the account always enna based mattum da iruko. Edu place of supply is the location of the recipient on the records of the அங்க வந்து லொகேஷன் ஆஃப் த ரெசிபியன்ட் அவைலபிள் இல்லைன்னு சொல்ல முடியாது. ஏன்னா இல்லைன்னா நம்மளால சர்வீஸே ப்ரொவைட் பண்ண முடியாது. When I am revising, are you able to recall what and all we have discussed in class? Yes sir. 12-13 என்ன services? Registered person, unregistered person. Location of in the location of the recipient of service on the record of the always insurance services are account based services, correct? Yes sir. Advertisement to government, single state or union territory na respective state or multiple state or union territory na all state on என்ன basis? Appreciate பண்றியா நீ? Yes sir. With this we can say that we are done with the second chapter called as end of supply. Place of supply comes to an we revised the time of supply, we revised the we are moving into the end of supply. Section 15 is the value of supply, right? Yes sir. Section 15 classified into 5 category: 15-1, 15-2, 15-3, 15-4, 15-5. We wrote rakani. Yes sir. 15-1 value of taxable supply to be transaction value. Transaction value should be assessable value. Yes sir. If SRS condition satisfied, there should be supply of goods or service or both. Supply should be to an 100%. Price should be then a consideration. If SRS condition satisfied, then transaction value is equal to 15-2 inclusion, 15-3 exclusion, 15-4 determination of value of supply as per what? 15-5 value of NS supply, notified supply, right? Yes, where price actually paid or payable for the said supply of dash or dash or dash. Where supplier and the recipient are related. Price is the sole consideration. Then transaction value is equal to yes or yes. There should be supply of such supply should be to an and price should be the sir, as per 15-2, even though SRS condition satisfied, transaction value is equal to sir, we have to include this item, sir. All taxes other than iska kuska, nabagarka kuska. Yes sir. I stands for incidental expenses, S stands for subsidy other than government subsidy, charges for delayed payment, and the amount incurred by recipient on behalf of the ஒத்துக்கிறனே எதெல்லாம் விஷயங்களை அப்ப இன்க்ளூட் பண்ணனும் சொல்லு பார்க்கலாம். all taxes other than GST, incidental expenses, subsidy other than government subsidy, charges collected for delayed payment of consideration, amount incurred by recipient on behalf of the உயிரோடு இருக்கனே. So these items should be included in the value of right? Yes sir. Appreciate பண்றியா? Yes sir. And 15-3 is exclusion from the value of supply. Yes sir. ஒரே ஒரு exclusion தான். யார் மட்டும் தான் இருக்காங்க? Discount மட்டும் தான் இருக்காங்க. Appreciate பண்றனே. You have to check that whether that discount has been provided either before or at the time of supply இல்ல before or at the time of supply இருந்தா you have to check whether it is shown in invoice or if it is shown in invoice na can be reduced, not shown in invoice na cannot be reduced. Sir, if it is after supply na you have to check is there any agreement and shown in invoice. If yes na rollback provision applicable? Yes sir. Otherwise rollback not applicable, right? Yes sir. Sir, if SRS condition not satisfied, you have to go and step into the valuation rules, correct? Yes sir. Valuation rules are not applicable for CA Inter, right? Yes sir. Adala 15-4 and 15-5 are not applicable in our syllabus, right? Yes sir. Up value of supply, if the supply is made to an related person, where price is the end consideration, then assessable value is equal to transaction value is equal to assessable value as per section 15 subsection 1. Yes sir. Have you made supply to a related person? Yes sir. Where price is not the end consideration, supply is a notified supply under 15 subsection 5. Yeah. Yes sir. Value to be determined as per determination of value of supply rules, right? Yes sir. With this the overview of value of supply, time of supply, place of supply comes to an I am clearly declaring that this is not a teaching session, this is a revision recapping session. Hello sir. Yes sir. Sir, I would have taken nearly 30-40 hours to teach all these topics for this attempt, but if I am taking that, the same one topic I can teach for 3 days. But the thing is, my dear lovable students, you have to quickly cruise through the topic, and the success will lies in the 100 question which I have given. The 100 question oda workbook எடுத்து நீங்க திருப்பி போட்டு பாருங்க, because like that only question will be coming in examination, my dear lovable students. Mandatory that today itself time of supply question, value of supply question and place of supply question workbookல நீங்க complete பண்ணி தான் ஆகணும். ஈவினிங் ஒரு 7 o'clock 7:30 வரைக்கும் அழகா உட்கார்ந்து யாருக்கு படிங்கன்னா ஐடிடியை படிங்க, ஒரு பிரச்சனை கிடையாது. அதுக்கப்புறம் ஈவினிங் லைட் டாபிக்கான கிளப்பிங் ஆஃப் இன்கம், செட் ஆஃப் கேரி ஃபார்வர்ட், அது மாதிரி குட்டி டாபிக் டைரக்ட் டாக்ஸ்ல படிங்க. இஃப் யூ ஆர் ஸ்டடிங் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்ட், மை டியர் லவபிள் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வில் பி ஏபிள் டு அப்ரிஷியேட் ஆர் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் I believe that, I know that, sir, this revision will not be very useful for the outside students because now the time is very less. So what I thought, these 3 topics have a very quick recall or quick revision. Here it should be a start of this topic. It should not be a end of this topic. இங்கிருந்து இந்த டாபிக் படிக்கிறத ஆரம்பிக்கணும். முதல்ல எல்லா ப்ரொவிஷனையும் ஒரு வாட்டி டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணணும். அதுக்கப்புறம் நீ என்ன பண்ணணும்னா, சார் அதோட ரெஸ்பெக்டிவ் ஒர்க் புக்கை கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணணும். வில் பி மீட் வித் அ டிஃபரண்ட் செட் ஆஃப் ரிவிஷன் பேட்டர்ன் ஃபார் டிஃபரண்ட் டாபிக் ஃபார் டிடி or IDT as the case may be. Till that, thank you and bye bye from ANM.